Hey everyone, I wanted to give some updates for the week of May the 6th. I'll start off with, I think it's Teacher Appreciation Week. Very pleased, not only for our instruction staff, but just the entire staff. We've had a benchmark year where, we've helped many more students than any previous year, and we continue to grow. So thank you all for your contribution. Thank you, instructors, for doing such a great job with the adult learners that we're serving. This team obviously loves what they do, and it clearly shows every day. So let's continue to inspire the folks that we're learning, and know that I'm definitely appreciative of everybody's contribution. So with that said, let's jump into some of the things that are happening. I think I mentioned this on our last video multiple times, that we have now the chemical dependency counselor assistant training that's been approved. What I want to promote now is on May the 21st at 10 a.m., any graduate from this program, meaning the 22 plus program, that's interested in getting qualified for funding to cover the first kind of paid for full tilt CDCA program that we'll be offering, needs to come to Melrose to get qualified. We're going to have a person from Ohio Means Jobs here that specializes in qualifying people for training funding. That's going to be the first step for anyone interested. Again, May 21st, 10 a.m. Here at Melrose. Any adult that has graduated from our 22 plus program that's interested in getting a chemical dependency counselor assistant certification can come up here. Any student that is interested, please make them aware that they do have to qualify for funding. If they, for whatever reason, want to pay out of pocket, that's no problem. If they could connect with Miss V on those or on that end, that would be great. But we highly encourage people to see if they qualify for funding before they would consider any other options to take care of this. Also, the program will start in the summer, so they need to have at least one day a week available in their schedule to come in for multiple hours and work through the course. So there are some live classes, there's some independent study, but you have to have at least the flexibility of coming in one day a week. I don't know if we've chosen Monday or Thursday as kind of that designated day for class, but at the end of the day, they just have to have enough flexibility in their schedule that one day a week could be made available to do that. So very exciting. Taking next steps, live class again, coming up for that. First step is qualification, May 21st, 10 a.m. here at Melrose, to make sure that, there would be some funding assistance available to whoever's interested. So good steps. Post-diploma options are, coming about very quickly here. That's incredible. Something that we've not been able to offer internally previous. So really happy about that. Always trying to work towards even more options. Obviously, career training is a big thing. Cincinnati State has shown some interest in partnering with us and doing more than just offering some of the programs the way they've traditionally offered. They've expressed some interest in doing competency-based programs that would more mirror what we're doing, as well as some unique start times that are not semester-based. The provost is actually coming today from Cincinnati State to see some of our programs in action. I don't know how much time he'll have, but he wants to see our adults in action and see how Cincinnati State may be able to assist us more for folks that want to go the college route. So excited about that. So, if the provost hoops comes around with us, just know that that's Cincinnati State showing some interest in our program. And I think that's a wonderful thing. So just be sure to say hello to him if you see him with us at some point today. Very excited about that. The previous video message I had, I talked about some of the legislative support, that we were trying to garner. We've had a number of political leaders now show not only some interest in understanding in our program, but some willingness to support further funding for this upcoming FY20 and 21 school year. So had an hour-long conversation with Teresa Fetter, who's a state senator, on Friday. She is looking to give us some support in shuffling some of the funding into the 22 plus line item for this upcoming budget. She's working with a few other state senators, Senator Manning and Senator Lanier, to attempt to make this happen. I'm really pleased. At the breakthrough, she was very generous with her time. She really was interested in the program. And most importantly, she was willing to take some action and get some other senators on board with what she believes could be an action to increase the funding for our program. I think that that's good. I believe that there's just a kind of a continuous interest by our community in finishing their secondary education. And it's such a big thing. We all know this. We have graduates do this all the time. The individuals in our program have such a limit to what they can do from a career standpoint, how much financial impact they can have, with their family or for their family without the diploma. It's a big first step. And, Senator Fetter and Senator Lanier, Senator Manning, I think, understand that as well. So they want there not to be anyone who doesn't get served that's interested. So I think that could be another outstanding thing. And just the fact that they're taking the time to learn more about this and even considering more funding, I think shows the growth of our program and, how much respect it's actually getting on the legislative level. A couple other things, I mentioned this on our Friday conference call, but I want to reiterate it because it's such a tragic thing, but it's also such a powerful thing. Siobhan Felton, who was one of our 22 plus students, passed away last week due to smoke inhalation from a house fire. This was stunning to all of us. We had the good fortune of giving her a letter of completion roughly 12 hours before this all happened. She was in great spirits, looking to do, all types of things. She expressed interest in doing the chemical dependency counselor assistant program. She just was in such a positive mindset. She really struggled on some aspects of our program, but she worked hard to overcome those challenges, finished, and she was just in her kitchen preparing dinner for her son and husband when all of a sudden she got tired, left some cooking oil on the stove. The stove then kind of ignited, creating an explosion, and the smoke was all over the house very quickly. When she woke up, I guess a lot of the smoke had gotten into her lungs. She had asthma and some other breathing trouble. As she went outside, she was just struggling almightily to breathe. And by the time the ambulance got there, unfortunately, she just didn't make it. So it shows you, I guess, how valuable each day is to each of us. But it also shows you how some people are able to come full circle, for better or for worse, before their time is up. So, an honor to Siobhan and an honor to Siobhan and her accomplishment of finishing our program. I'd love, if the staff here could, kindly make a donation as we come around. We're looking to help her family cover some of the funeral costs and anything else that could help them. I think, again, it's easy to understand that that's just a horrific thing to happen and very unexpected. But I'd love for this to turn into a positive where we can do something great for the family. We're going to recognize them during our graduation ceremony, Siobhan's husband and son are going to accept her diploma on behalf of the family. So I think that the graduates in the audience is going to really feel her positive spirit during that moment. So as tragic as it is, I'm excited for the positivity that will happen, at least in that small moment. So, that's a tragic event. Again, it would be very kind of any of you to be able to donate to that cause. So I would thank you for any support. Last, again, mentioned it on Friday, but let's really help folks finish up that are close. I know everyone wants to finish before the deadline, whether that's credit completion or OGT attempts, but once that deadline passes, it doesn't mean the school year's over. We still have a couple weeks, to finish. Let's continue to encourage people that are close to wrap up OGTs and coursework. Most specifically OGTs, just because, again, I mentioned this on Friday, we will not have the ability to give students paper OGT test next year. The challenge with that is fairly simple. Typing in the extended responses is a challenge for most people that go to the program. They don't spend a lot of time on computer keyboards. They're usually pretty good on phones or other devices, but the computer keyboard's tough. And then on some of the tests, there are symbols and charts and things of that nature that honestly are difficult for any of us to put in, and they're under time pressure to do that. So not that that's impossible, and we'll certainly find ways to help people do that well. But if you have the opportunity to work on paper, something that's a lot more conducive to most people's current abilities, let's make sure that they're doing that. And again, a diploma is a diploma, whether you celebrate in May or you celebrate with us in November. The fact that we're helping people graduate from this program, and as I mentioned many times before, increase your chance of having a career and building a better life for your family, that's the powerful thing that counts. I think we're going to be probably at 330 graduates for the year. But let's always keep in mind that students, need that encouragement. So let's stay on the phone with them. Let's stay motivating them to wrap up and make this the strongest year possible for them and for us. So again, I want to show my own appreciation to all our teachers and our entire staff. I know it's Appreciation Week. I try to do this even when it's not, but again, I appreciate everyone, and let's wrap up this year strong. Thank you all.